everyone, welcome to the Sugar and Crumbs kitchen. So we have, you can hear them yakking over there, we're just raiding the fridge full of chocolate. So, Simon, will you just pop that little thing up for me, please? Right, so we have Lee Carroll back in the kitchen, and as you know, it's always a great night when Lee's in. Always loves to leave his smiles, and I have to be honest, I've not stopped laughing since he's been in here, taking the mickey out of my sunflowers. We will discuss it live. I thought I did a great job. So anyhow, I'll read comments on those shortly, but he has picked up a few tips of mine. Oh, there they are. Cotton wool buds. So we learned one thing out of it. So just a few things to tell you, okay, before we get going. Oh, sorry, I've got Simon on camera. Hi, Simon.
Hi, Carol.
And the person munching the chocolate is Nigel. So he now knows where the fridge is with the chocolate in, so he's in there. But a few things to let you know about. I have done the wish list. Okay, so there's 2 wish lists. How to find the wish list is go to the website sugarandcrumbs.co.uk. And then as you go along the top banner there, it says FB Live wish list. Drop down into August and then into Lee Carroll, the 23rd of August, with sunflowers. And everything that Lee is using here, okay, we can, it's on the wish list. If it's not in stock, it means it's either on the way, or if you can shout out, I will put it down on the list. The supplier that we get the blossom tints from, actually running 7 days behind, so I've got it on order, but I'm just waiting for my order to arrive. All right, but one thing I do want to show you, Christmas cake time, girls, Christmas cake time. So you all remember my Christmas cracker last year? We used these 3 little tins. They're fabulous, and I've managed to get hold of some more. We've been waiting for these for a whole year. So if you go to the wish list, but for tomorrow, it's in there. Yeah, so I just thought I'd show you those because everyone was screaming for them. But back to Lee's wish list, tools. It's always great to have a good set of tools, and we have a tool caddy in. Now in the tool caddy is 14 pieces, every piece of tool that you want here. Peer me, they're great. Hold in this lovely storage container. Invest in one, they're fantastic. Okay.
Splits into 2 so you can have 2 lots.
Pardon?
Splits into 2 so you can have 2.
Yeah, it shows you that, doesn't it? Yeah. So you can open the container up and have 2 lots of tools each way. And PME actually own the brand Gem as well. So if you've got Gem tools, you can put them in there as well. So that's that. Just to let you know, the bubble mould is back in stock. Chocolate bubble mould has arrived back in stock today. So that's on the website. So I know lots of you are waiting for that. And then a few other things I just wanted to talk to you about before I let Lee get started. We're coming to the last month of August, all right, then it's back in business again, isn't it? 1st of September, can you believe it? We're in September in, what is it, next week? Is it September, a week after?
No, next week.
31st on the Monday, isn't it?
Yeah, we've got Bank Holiday Monday off, yeah, so it's next week. So we're back, serious cake decorating. And yeah, absolutely, I can't believe it. It just seems 5 minutes ago since it was Christmas, and we're now back for September. All the kids will be back in school, serious cake decorating, and I am kicking off the first class, cupcake bouquets. So this is just a mini class. It's on a Wednesday night. It's £20. I'm going to do, I put a picture up there of a bouquet that I did in a previous class in the big group that I have. But not a lot of people want to join the big group. They just want a small cupcake bouquet class, and it's the proper cupcake bouquets. It's not the ones that's done in the box. I'm going to show you the proper ones. I'm going to make it up tomorrow so you can see what it is. But it's £20 to join. You're going to want to join it. It's going to be an absolutely fabulous night, and it's going to be on next Wednesday at 7:30. So go and sign up for it. Get in the group, and let's start some fun, and let's have a great night for Wednesday night, because I will look forward to seeing you there. And then I think that is it. There's plenty of other classes on as well that are all coming up. We've got loads in for September. Go and have a look at the classes. And the last thing I completely forgot, but I've remembered now. I was talking about dementia before, Lee and I said, you know, I'm sure I suffer that. He said, no, you don't. So I think I do. I don't remember everything. But the sale is coming to an end. So Sugar and Crumbs sale finishes on Bank Holiday Monday night. That's it. Finishes, end of, and it's back to baking, back to cake classes, back to decorating, back to concentrate on what we do best, which is cake decorating and baking, isn't it? So go and grab whatever's left in the sale while you can, and well, there, what more can I say? And then just the last thing before I hand over, Flower Pro are bringing out a new mould tomorrow, a new book. I'm just waiting to see when we will get them in stock. I'm waiting for an email for them to come in. So hopefully I should have those in by the end of the week. Fingers crossed. And Tracy Mann is not on tomorrow. She's poorly. So we are going to go live at 8 o'clock with Cup and Saucer Gate. And I will kill Karen Griffiths, okay? This was her idea. She found this cup and saucer. In fact, she's got everybody mad for it. Even Lee's been and bought 9. How many did you get? 9? 7. So he can tell you a story of him getting them. But we're going to do that tomorrow with the mini Nifty nozzles. Do remember, we're a company. We don't just sell you things and leave you to work it out. We actually do Facebook Lives. We spend a lot of time, a lot of energy. We pay for tutors to come in. We buy products in. You know, we do baking. We buy it all in for you, and we show you how to use it, and we show you how to bake with it, and we show you how to decorate it with it. So we're not the type of company who just gives it you and says, off you go and work it out. So it's Nifty nozzle night tomorrow with a cup and saucer. Now, I think that's me going at full speed. Anything else, I will come back to you. And we've also got a competition to do. Right, I'll leave you to it, Lee. Come on, jump on.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. First of all, last week I mentioned about the mix of paste and fondant, and I got it the wrong way around. Simon did sort of correct me halfway through the night. So just to make it clear, when you're mixing your fondant, it's 85% of the gum paste flour paste and 15% of fondant. So them of you who were doing the peonies last week, remember that. It's the same tonight as well with what we're doing tonight. Secondly, thank you everybody for your remarks. The and is better. I don't know if Simon can get that. There you go, look, the scar's healing up quite nicely now, and I can.
You've done well, actually.
Yeah, it's only 3 weeks, and it's really going quite well. So thank you everybody for your remarks for that. It's very kind of you. So tonight we're going to do sunflowers. Carol. She's off already. Look, she's munching on chocolate here. Yeah, she's broke a load of chocolate up, munching on it, and now she's got a phone on full blast to stop me from talking. Okay, so
don't detract from your Nigel scoffing chocolate. Please the closest one to the fridge.
So tonight we're using volume 3 of the Flower Pro. As Carroll said, just come down that way a little bit. There you go, volume 3 with the orchids on the front. As Carroll said, tomorrow they're launching a new one. As soon as we get it, I'll have a look and hopefully get that mould going, and we can do a live with that. So that's that. So, sunflowers. Let me find it in the book first. There we go, sunflowers. We've got. So we can do sunflowers 2 ways. We can do them Nicholas Lodge's way with the Flower Pro, or we can do them Karen McFarlane's way. I think we can do a little mixture of both tonight. So I tell you, I watched Carol make sunflowers on the live that she did. I think it's about 2 years ago now.
No, it wasn't. It was this year.
It seems like 2 years ago. So this is the Karen McFarlane way. This is how you do it, look. Can you see that? Lovely, isn't it? Look at the cocktail sticks and everything stuck in it there. Yes, lovely.
It didn't go off like that.
It wasn't meant to be like that, but it turned out like that.
Those got taken out before they got given away.
I think Karen Naylor told me that she's still got them.
She has, yeah.
Or we can do the
Lee Carroll way.
the Nicholas Lodge way. And this is this one. So this is the large sunflower there, and just to the side there is the small sunflower. Okay, so this is what we're going to do today.
You cheeky, you are.
Somebody's got to take the mickey out of her, haven't we? You know, I was saying to Carol, I think it's fantastic what she does, because there's no other company that sells products and does this, gives you live shows to show you how to use them. This is only a demo, it's not a class, so, you know, obviously we need to point that out, because we do have a few people who think it goes too fast and what have you, but it's just a demo, just to show you what you can achieve with these moulds that Carol sells. And all she asks you to do is to purchase them from her. And you know that's as simple as it is. She doesn't ask you to do anything else, and I think it's brilliant because there's no other company that I know to that supplies cake stuff that asks, you know, that does this and doesn't ask for anything in return. No.
There's no beauty, is there?
No, she can't talk very well. She's got a mouthful of chocolate. Okay, so let's start then. First of all, 18 gauge wires. You need 3 of them. Don't bend them the Carroll McFarland way, because it makes it too oval at the top. Oh, well, that I have not stopped laughing since I watched it.
Fine.
So these are 14 inches long.
Yes, they still look very nice on my dummy cake stand.
Yeah, they're on a dummy cake. They never actually ended up on a cake, which is what Carol Naylor wanted them for. So it shows you that, doesn't it? These are 14 inches long, folks. So cut them in half. So you want to cut them about 7 inches. And you do cut in 3s. Carol can't do 3. She said they were too much to cut with her delicate hands. Okay, get some floral tape. You ended up now with 6 pieces of wire. Get them level. Put your tape around. Just start it off slowly at the top, and then make sure that it's about 20 centimetres.
Millimetres.
Millimetres. Sam's going to correct me all night.
2 centimetres.
Talking about dementia, you see, that's what it says.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going for 15 actually, just to give it that little, you haven't got to clip the ends off. Go all the way down with your tape. Obviously remember to stretch.
I can't show you on the overhead.
Oh,
It's
sorry,
slightly off.
I'm 2 off again. I've got to remember to lean in. My belly gets in the way, that's what it is.
Got to push yourself up close.
Yeah. Okay, so go all the way down all 6 stems to get your starter. I watched the videos and I read the instructions. If you do re-watch Carol's, she said she didn't.
Just let me try. Why have you got no chocolate? I thought you was getting some. It's in the box.
About some?
Is that some?
Oh, let me sell. Oh, you've got it already?
Yeah.
Bloody hell, it's faster than me, in.
I told you what it's like with chocolate.
Oh, well, just keep helping yourself out the boxes then. Got to go.
Did you hear that? She said it's got to go. Those were the words. Got to go. Because the mouse has got so much chocolate in there. Okay, so that's the first one. There you go. Taped up. And for the smaller one, get 3 of your things. Cut them again at 7 inches. And take them up. We're doing 2 at a time here tonight, just to show you the different sizes, of course, of the sunflower and what the mould does. For those of you who haven't seen the mould before, we're using the sunflower and daisy mould and the sunflower and daisy leaf mould. We're not doing daisies tonight though. And as Nicholas Lodge always says on his videos, you find your way of doing things. And I've got to say, Carol found her way. Sorry, I've got to do it. It's just, I've never, honestly, I wet myself. I watched that video, I just wet myself. I even mentioned it in the class the other night when she was doing a bouquet of flowers in the window box. Just so funny.
Well, I hope you were laughing with enjoyment.
Oh, I was, yes,
Pleased
yeah.
that I actually got a sunflower at the end of it.
You got 2 sunflowers
I
at the
did.
end of it,
And they were
yeah.
very nice sunflowers.
2.5 actually, I think
Yeah.
it was. 2.5.
And they were very nice.
Yeah, they were. Very good. Okay, so going back to the 6th one. So you remember we've got 3 wires cut in half, making 6, and then we bend these out. So you make it look like it's the inside of an umbrella.
I did struggle to do that.
Yeah, they are difficult to, and when you're taping them together, they're so tight to try and bend out the way. And you do them at right angles, he says. You got a protractor and did it at a right angle. I aren't doing that. I'm not going to that extent. I'm just going to wing it. Oh, sorry, I'm not allowed to say that. It's copyrighted.
What?
Winging it.
Yeah, it belongs to me, that.
Belongs to Carroll. Yeah. Okay, so that's what you do with your 6. Can we see that, Simon, on the overhead? Yeah, that's it, look. That's your 6. And exactly the same with the 3 for the smaller one. Just bend them down.
Yeah, if you can keep it right under the camera. Because what I want to try and do is concentrate on everything you do today. If we keep it under the camera.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not me.
No, it's me. It's definitely me.
Every time you move away, you can't see it.
Yeah. I'm just cutting this one slightly because it's a little bit too long. Okay, so that's the... I'll cut that one a bit too short. That's the 3. That's the 6. You can see them, everyone. Yeah. Okay, so now we'll move on to doing the base. So, little tip for you. When mixing your flour paste, or gum paste, whatever you want to call it, and fondant, make sure they're compatible. I complained to a company about it. Saying that all my leaves were breaking up yesterday. I was distraught. I had to do them all again, ready for the show and everything. Thinking, what's going wrong here? I phoned Carroll up, said, can you get me some decent modelling paste? This is not working, it's crap. I'm going to complain and everything. And it turns out it's the fondant that I've added to it. It's not compatible with it. So do make sure that your fondant is compatible with your gum paste when you're mixing them together. Okay, so this is 50-50 paste. This is 50% gum paste, sugar paste, flour paste, modelling paste, and 50% fondant. Okay, so it makes it softer because you need that to do the moulds with. As you can see, look, it's really, really soft.
Did I do that?
You did, yeah.
Good.
But you guesstimated it.
All right.
Guesstimated. So, for the small one, oh sorry, this is brown. I did dark brown gum paste and just white fondant. So it comes out with this like chestnut colour that we've got. For the small one, it's on the side guide, it's a number 9. 1/3 out, 2/3 up. And for the, I'm just conditioning this with a bit of tracks as we go along. And for the big one, I do believe somebody's doing this along with us tonight, isn't she? Is it Helen? That's her name.
It's Elaine Lawson.
Elaine, that's it. Yeah, she's sorry. She did message me to say that she's all ready. She's got everything done. Let's hope, eh? So for the big one, it's number 15 on the size guide. Again, 1/3, 2/3. Okay, we'll just move that out of the way. Bring in the mould. Okay, and we're doing this one and this one. This is the big centre for the big sunflower, and this is the small centre for the small sunflower. Remember, a bit of Trex in, stop it from sticking. Just put it in, but remember, of course, to wash these afterwards when you've finished. Now, just place that ball in, and with your cosmetic sponge, Carroll used the fingers, with your cosmetic sponge, just push it round.
And why is the reason to use cosmetic sponge?
I don't know really. I think it just gives it the smoothest thing.
Who's gonna
But
say
you
that?
were stroking your ball.
Yeah,
That's what you.
I like stroking
Yeah, we know. It's like your boards. You like to stroke them, don't you, and everything as well. Okay, so you push that in like that, and your 6th one. The one thing that the boss here forgot was that you need to put some glue on it.
Oh, I did, yeah.
Okay, so
Still
just
stay
on
stuck
your.
on, though. It never fell off.
Well, it won't because you did. Even though you said you couldn't twist it because your hands were thinking, you did actually twist it when I watched you.
Did I?
Yeah, you could see it move in the
Right.
in the mould. Okay, so just on them stems that are sticking out, then some glue and push that in, down, and twist. Sorry, your head in the way, Simon.
No.
No, twist there. You end up with this little marks on. But it doesn't really matter about the marks on the back because you're going to be covering that up. Okay, so just again go around with your cosmetic sponge or your fingers, whichever you prefer, and reform it. and then if you just flex your mould, it comes out, and that's what you get. Okay, now with a pair of Carroll can be bothered. She did tell you, I do admit, she did tell you to do this, but she couldn't be bothered to do it. On the sides, on the side, you've got some little markings, like little petally things, and if you squeeze 2 of them together all the way around, just 2, like that, gives you a nice little edging to work on for later. So just use a pair of tweezers and squeeze 2 of these together all the way round. And you can see how flexible this paste is with using 50-50. It's really, what's it? Karen Naylor watching.
I haven't seen it yet.
There we go. Then that gives you that little markings around the edge there. Can you see that? Hopefully. Okay. And then just leave that to dry. Now, you need to time yourself here, folks, because these take a long time to dry. You need at least 2 or 3 days. Carol did say that. She started hers on the Saturday for the live on the Tuesday, I think was. Yeah. This is the smaller one. Same, just place it in. You don't need the tweezers for this one. And then with the one that you did with 3 of the wires, again, put some glue on the edges, like that. And same procedure. I'm going to just cut a little bit more off that one, it's a bit too long. I think I did these 50mm, same as the big one, it needs to be slightly smaller. Push it in and twist it round, and then just mould that back around the edge like that. You don't actually mess with the sides on this one. Flip it out, there you go, and that's your centre for your small one. Okay, and if by magic, this is one I did earlier, hard as rock, and I also did a small one as well. These are so heavy, so you can see this is a different colour. I'm just going to show you what to do with that. Okay, right, so before we carry on to do the leaves, so just get some kitchen roll. I've already done the small one so that we're ahead of ourselves. I'll take that off while it'll stick. Just move my cotton buds out of this flower because we need this for later. Right, with this one then, what you need to do is to get a little saucer or a dish, and this is chocolate food colouring that you use in your fondant. Just put a bit of it in, a bit of dripping solution. And mix it together so you get this paste. Can we see that? Yeah, you can see that. So I keep forgetting, sticking my head in the way now.
Hey, guess what? Joe Griffin says, she said, I'd be careful taking the Michael as Carol. She said, she's saying to you, I'd be careful, Lee, taking the Michael as Carol has a good right hook.
I know, but we've got to do it, haven't we? You know,
well, I want to
she's
know.
game for a laugh. I mean, I'm surprised she's talking to you because she's got that much chocolate in front of
Well,
it.
I knowing how anybody knows I've got a good right hook.
Okay,
What's that
so
with, was it dough?
Eh?
Was it dough?
Yeah,
It said dough.
Joe Griffin.
yeah. So with your mould then,
She's not been on the end of it.
start on the edge and just paint this on. The reason for doing this is because you've got to put some pollen on these. Now, Carol did the easy way by dusting them, which you can do apparently. So she did listen to the video there.
I did mention the pollen though, but I
Yeah,
still
you
couldn't
did.
be bothered
You did.
about doing
Yeah.
it.
I like how she said she couldn't. It's so funny.
It was just, it was earlier in its cycle before the pollen had formed.
I was going to put some more dripping solution
I
in
thought it
there.
was unnecessary.
Oh dear. I think the funniest thing about the whole show that you did, Carol, was Karen Griffiths egged you on all the time and made you laugh, and she was feeding you with lines to say. It was really funny. And all Simon kept on saying is, I can't believe you haven't read the instructions. I can't believe that you didn't watch what you were doing. It was so funny.
No, I fast forwarded the video. I haven't got time to watch all that. It's too slow.
Be careful when you're doing this, folks, because it does splash everywhere.
That's why I just did mine.
She actually just said that by putting a piece of chocolate in her mouth and said, that's why I just eat my own.
Yep.
I'm just putting a bit more colouring in this because it's not quite dark enough. Okay. And then, of course, once you've done all the edge, come into the centre and do all the centre. Because you can see, that's why I put kitchen roll on here, because it splashes everywhere, this stuff does. So do make sure you cover up.
And I'll tell you how Lee came across my live. He was watching Nicholas Lodge's live, and when it came up as a choice, mine came up as well, so he thought he had to have a look. And mine was so good, my Facebook live, he watched it twice. He sat and watched it again yesterday. That his husband Nigel said, why are you watching it again? Because it was so brilliant.
He's watched it today as
I
well.
watched it today as well, yeah.
We watched it
This afternoon, before I come, I had to watch it again just so I got the tips, these cotton wool buds in the right place.
Doesn't matter what I do, if you learn one thing from my live, I've taught you something.
Okay, so that's how you colour in your centre of your big bud. I've already done the small one. Sorry, bud, I should say centre in this case. Okay, just leave that there slightly. Just put this to one side. That's finished with. And then now we're going to stink the place out. Now, Carol did say to you about doing this on hers.
That wasn't good.
But she said pepper and some other things.
Yeah.
I like the and some other things bit. It was quite good. This is ground coffee. This is French vanilla.
Yeah, but what a waste of money to stick all that on.
It's about 3 years old. It's already. I was going to throw it away and I thought, oh no, it'll do for this.
I'm sure he mixed it with ground coffee and a bit of pepper.
You know, he does ground coffee or he does... just put this into the centre and spread it round. Put a little bit too much on there. And this is... Shake it off. And that gives you your pollen centre. What's the lady's name who's doing it with us?
Elaine Mills.
Elaine. Are you there, Elaine? Are you got to this point? Okay, so that gives you your pollen centre then. Come back this way a bit.
They're all sticking up for me now, how much they've learned.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying
you're
anything.
Learning. Who's doing the cup and saucer class? Who's been running around buying 9 cups and saucers this weekend?
7.
Doing Nifty nozzle, 7 cups and saucers. Hey, not that bad a cheater, is he? He's all excited for tomorrow.
Not in a full tea set.
Hey?
I'm going to have the Mad Hatter's tea party. Okay, so that's how you do your centre. Right, now then, let's go on to the petals. So, I have prepared most of them earlier, as Nicholas does, as Carol did in hers. Just in case anybody says anything.
Jackie McMinnott wants to know, wonder if Nicholas Lodge has watched my episode.
Do you know, I wonder, do you know next time I speak to him, I'm going to ask him. I really am going to. I say, did you watch Carol McFarlane and how she did your sunflowers? And would you recommend it? You want to see the looks I'm getting here, folks, I tell you. Oh, it's a good job we're on tally or else I might get a box.
I had more people watching me.
She did. She did. She had a lot of people watching. I think it was 300 and odd people, I think, if I remember rightly. Yeah. Okay, so I've got coffee all over me, so let me wipe that off.
Now see, this is the next one to comment this. Nikki King, I love the way Carol teaches. I never lose interest in what she's doing.
That's true.
Yeah.
It was really. I've got it. I'm just
Is that
taking
good?
it.
You've watched it 3 times now.
Yeah, I'm
Would you
doing
go
it
back?
purposely to take the mickey out of her because
I know.
somebody's got to, haven't they?
He's been doing it all night.
Yeah.
Nobody's losing interest here tonight, are they?
How are we doing with the demonstration days? I know the one I'm on sold out.
Yeah,
Sold
yours is sold out.
I'm sold out.
Oh, are you sold out?
Oh, he's got an extra 2 added to it.
You've got extras added to mine as well.
I know.
Yeah, you can add more if you want, so you can get more than Simon. No.
Competition.
I think Simon's is going to be based on a walk around, is it Tepperley?
I've got the coach ready.
It's a big to cake. So when you arrive, you can have tea and biscuits, then you're off in the coach.
You're off to Timberley.
Yeah.
To see how exciting it is.
Oh,
Do you know
dear.
what? That's a good idea, you know. We should do that.
Yeah.
Shouldn't we? Take all the ladies to Timberley.
Just so you can see why Simon goes and Carroll takes the mickey out of him. But I did like the other day the fact that she actually took a photograph of Simon at work. That was really good. Did you see this? Yeah. She's always on about the 2 fingers. She does take the mickey out of him somewhat.
Can I ask some questions, please? And say hello to my YouTubers. Hello, tubers. Doreen Page asks, can you make poinsettia for Christmas?
We are doing.
We are doing.
Yes.
Easy
Yeah.
answer.
Yeah, we've got it. But Carol's booked me in for the rest of the year. I think
Yeah.
I'm coming once a month now for the rest of the year, doing some ones, and we're going to try and get in the new one as well when it comes out. But there are over 40 flowers or more to make, so you know, got another 12 months perhaps of coming to Carol's.
Okay.
And go on, tell me what other company will do that for you.
Yeah.
Investing in bringing someone in to show you how to make things.
And can you tell us which particular makes of the paste you use? So they,
Yeah,
You don't
I
really
can.
compatible
Now,
with
you have to bear with me because I always
Yeah.
say this wrong. Because it uses the initials, I keep saying Sugar Flare, and it's not Sugar
It's not.
Flare.
It's Squire's
Squire's
Kitchen
Kitchen,
floral paste.
Yeah.
Okay. And if you go to the wish list for Lee, so go to your phones or go to your iPads, sugarandcrumbs.co.uk, yeah?
Okay.
And then drop down into the FB wish list, drop down into August, into today's date, and everything Leah's using is there.
So
And
what-
past lives that
what
Leah's
did you
done in
mix
August
with
and
that?
July.
Yeah. Okay.
He's mixed with it. You can use mixed Massaticino with it tonight,
Yep.
or you can use Select Island, a quality sugar paste.
paste,
That's what
yeah.
you need to use. Where Lee mucked up the other day, I'll tell you, is he used a cheapo from the supermarket.
I did, and I tried to blame their gum paste for it and got told off because it was my fault for adding the cheaper. I hadn't got any fondant in at the time, so I just nipped down the supermarket and got a cheaper pack just to use so I can show you how to do it. And if you remember last week I did say to you that all my leaves had broken on the way here, and that's why, because that gum paste wasn't suitable to go with that fondant. So do make sure you use a decent fondant when you're mixing it with the gum paste. Okay,
The
so
Poinsettia Live is the 6th of December because we're doing peonies in November. So Leah's in once a month, and I think in October we've got him down for twice because he's missing September. We can't do September because we're booked in September.
yeah. No, I am. Oh no, I'm doing the demonstration
You do
day.
the demonstration
yeah,
day, aren't
yeah.
you? Yeah.
Unfortunately, where the dates that you got available, I aren't here. Am I?
No.
Can I just show you this? Excuse me, 1 second. Look at that. You see this? This was full.
It was not
This
full.
was full.
It
of-
was not
This
full,
is
yes.
Karen Griffiths' special painted chocolate, and it was full. Just thought I'd
I
show you.
hated it if you don't mind.
Okay, back to the petals. So
I
this was,
painted it.
sorry, I forgot to say, this was a number 9 ball of paste that I have coloured. Now, this is yellow gum paste, 85%, and 15% of orange gum paste mixed together. So you're 100% gum paste, and it's 85% of one colour and 15% of the other. And that gives you that sort of sunflowery, orangey yellow. Don't use yellow because sunflowers aren't yellow. Okay, we roll that into a sausage and we make it to 19 millimetres. Okay, now
You sure?
Yeah, 90, not centimetres, 90 millimetres or 9 centimetres. Now, Nicholas Lodge tells you to cut these in 30. So you would cut it there for 30, and then you cut it there on 60, and that would give you 3 little petals, which Carroll showed me on her show to do. And she patiently sat here and said how therapeutic it was doing. And she didn't like doing flowers this way. She likes to do them with buttercream ones. And she did comment out. Yeah, I know you said, yeah. You said all the way through, so you were being honest with everybody.
I showed everybody the live because I wanted to show, I don't have the patience for doing something like this, but I will show them my way.
Yeah, yeah.
And I didn't measure them either.
No one.
I rolled them out and I cut them into 3.
I'm guesstimating this. Oh yes, this is. I think she actually did number 16 ball of paste, but Simon said it was like triple the size of the and she made this centrepiece that we've just done and put the coffee in the middle. Well, she didn't put the coffee, she dusted it, which is the same, because all you're doing there is just making like the pollen for the flower. But she did it on this one. It should be on the 15, and she did it on the 16, but like it was like 4/3 out here and 1/3 out here. It was so big, it was unbelievable. But she did measure these, and she did them on a number 9 as it should have been done, and she cut them out at 30 millimetres each one. I don't do the 30 millimetres. I cut off one 30 millimetre and then put that in there, because if you notice, and Carol will tell you as well, is doing them with the 30 millimetres, you've got 2 or 3 joins here in the middle.
Yeah.
And when you pick them up sometimes they split.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. So I've worked out that if you do it this way, where you've got the 60 mil to go along there like that, and then the 30 mil on the centrepiece like that. Push them down with your fingers or your sponge, doesn't really matter. But as you work this middle one into its position, you lose that join. And that's the only join you've got, so they don't come apart then. So
Got to be careful looking at that overhead, what shape that's going to be.
I know. Looks like an anchor for a ship.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
I thought
I
you
don't know
were.
what else
Yeah.
you would think that looked like.
A block of chocolate. I think she was referring to it, Simon, with only 3 petals, with 2 petals perhaps, instead of 1.
Not referring to Simon, he only uses 2 fingers.
Oh, way up, here we go. Simon's turn again now. See, we've taken the mickey out of Carol, now she's got to do it to us. Karen Griffiths, if you're watching, I want to thank you for the exciting weekend I've had. As Carol said to you, tomorrow night she is doing these cupcakes in this teacup and saucer. And she did say at the end of the live, when she did that fantastic bucket,
Did a bucket and a planter last week.
was it a planter? The one with the domed polystyrene thing? That's a bucket, that was the one I was watching. And she said to all of you, I'm going to do a surprise live for you on Tuesday with the Nifty nozzles. I'm going to do some cupcakes and that. Oh great, this is good, what's she going to do? And she said, teacup and saucer. Right? I have been to God knows how many B&Ms to get this.
And what did the lady say to you in Wales?
We went into one B&M in Wales, and we looked up and down the aisles. Nigel was looking up and down the aisles. We were going in different directions. We went to the garden centres. We couldn't find these anywhere. And I said to the lady, I said, excuse me, have you got any of those teacups and saucers, the planters and that? She goes, we're sold out. She says, suddenly, just out the blue, we've sold out because some woman's told everybody on the internet to get them. Well, I nearly fell over laughing, I'll tell you. I didn't say that I knew that woman. But I knew exactly who she was on about. It was so funny. I feared for my life in some places, I'll tell you. Some places are rough. Oh gosh, I've got to say, looking for these teacups and saucers. Yes, looking for the teacups. Just so that we can have a teddy bear's picnic later. Okay, so you've got that in your mould then. And the 3 ones, and so these were 30 centimetres each, 30 millimetres each, but I did a 60 millimetre and a 30. Get your back veiner that you use, put it over the top, bringing the point down to the corner. Now, Carol rightly said, and I did first time I did it wrong, because you would automatically think it goes that way, don't you? You're right, yeah, and it doesn't. It goes
But I
the
put it
other
the
way.
right way, don't I?
So that shows that she watched some of the video. When she rewound, she stopped it in places. Okay, press it down onto the petal.
Claire Corbett's laughing at you saying some places are rough. She said you're from Stoke.
I know. She's right. Any joys of getting me some pads yet, Carol? You know, the soft foam and the hard foam. I think you've got one that you used on your live. But yeah, I can't find any on your web page. So take it out. That's the right way round. So turn it the wrong way round. Okay, and with a balling tool, doesn't matter which size you use really, all you're doing is softening the edges just to make it a little bit thinner. And this is where you need to be really careful because it can break when it dries. So don't soften it too much, but just go up the edge of the petal. Is the lady who's coming along with us doing it, is she with us so far?
I don't know because she's probably busy doing this.
Yeah.
Michelle Quinn was in Wales. She got hers from Wales, and Karen Griffiths got some more at the weekend from Wales.
Yeah.
So are you selling any of yours, or are you keeping all yours?
I sort of said I'd bring them along to the demonstration day if people wanted them.
There's a lady who I've just seen here who is wanting one.
I bought one in for Karen Naylor because she said she wanted one.
So Susan Scott Marsh, if you email the office tomorrow, we might be able to get one out to you. You'll have to pay postage on it, but I cannot promise if it will survive the journey. You'll have to take the risk.
They're not actually packed very well, are they? That's the problem.
Yeah.
This Moses saying you can get them on Amazon.
Oh, can you get them on Amazon?
Yeah, but they're not as cheap.
No.
You know, because these are on offer, aren't they?
Yeah.
Being
Liz, if you've got the Amazon link, pop it up the Amazon link. I had a look on Amazon and I couldn't find this particular one.
Okay,
No.
back to the petals then.
Yeah.
Now, we go again.
What colour did you use for the yellow paisley?
I just use yellow, just normal yellow.
Normal yellow.
Normal yellow.
And did you use a gel or a powder?
I use the sugar flare gels.
Yeah.
I use that yellow. So I use just normal white gum paste and colour it. So I coloured. I measured out 100 grams, took out 85 grams of it and did it yellow, and took the other 15 grams and did that in orange, and then put them all back together again, and that gives you this orangey yellow colour that you need. So this is, I mean, it looks to me on the camera like it's yellow, but it's actually an orangey colour.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
And Elaine Lawson is still doing it with you.
Oh good, Elaine, how you doing? Okay, right, so Nicholas Lodge tells you to use your companion tool. Which Carol's renamed the Nick Stick.
John went mad, you know.
Oh dear.
He said, I do not think Nicholas Lodge will be impressed at you calling his companion tool a Nick
Nick
stick.
Stick.
But it was a long word to say companion stool. What is it?
Yeah, it's a tool. Companion tool.
Tool. Right, well, I couldn't say it anyhow, so Nick stick is fine.
Yeah.
Who prefers Nick stick and who
I
prefers...
I have called it the Nick Stick ever since I've seen her say it. It's so funny. Now, as Carol rightly said, when she was doing it, when you do this, he tells you to put it here and drag it forward like this. There, and drag it forward, and there, and drag it forward. You notice I've not done it. I'm just showing you. This, I think, is a little bit too sharp to get the effect that you need. So I use the Dresden tool, which of course Carol's got these new packs in now with like a caddy with it as well, which is quite good. And just get it there and just bring it in. And it doesn't rip through your paste either, because well, as I say, it'll rip through the paste. Carol said to you it was ripping through. So you just do that, okay? You need to do this 8 times, folks, for your big sunflower. So of course, in true fashion, because I did Blue Peter once, I got a gold badge for doing Blue Peter once. These are the ones I did earlier. So I'm just going to put this with them and put it back into the zip top bag just to keep it fresh. I show you how to do the small one. Now, I don't know if Elaine is the name.
Elaine Lawson.
Yeah, I don't know if she's doing
Yeah,
the big
no,
one
she's
or the
still with
small one.
Oh, I don't know.
So I'm just going to show you how to do the small one. The small one's done in the mould in this one. If you look at the mould then, so you've got the big, this is the big one here, and this is the small one. Okay, now you only do 6 of these, not 8, and these are...
We've got a new name.
What?
Knit stick.
Next. Knit.
Not knit stick, knit stick.
Yeah, knit. This is a number 8 ball of paste, look, 1/3 through 2/3 above. A little bit of Trex in it to condition it for you. Don't forget to put your Trex in your mould. Just helps to come out and everything. In this case, let's get this here, we roll it to 60 centimetres, 60 millimetres instead of 90 like the other one. So we make it into a sausage.
She's doing the big one.
She's doing the big one. So it gives a chance to catch up while I'm doing this little one. Okay, so put that on your size guide. Again, Carroll sells the size guide, which comes along with the knit stick. And
If I run out of stock of anything tonight, just email info.sugarandcrumbs@icloud.com. So don't do it now, do it after the live, and the girls will collate a list tomorrow. I'll get them all ordered, they'll be in for Friday for dispatch. So just email info.sugarandcrumbs@icloud.com for all the things that you want regarding this, because we may run out of stock, and I will get them in and they'll get them for dispatch on Friday to you.
yep. So this is another little pack that comes with the size guide. Now you get your size guide in all your booklets as well. At the back of your booklets, you've got a size guide here. But this is paper, or a bit of card or whatever. So, you know, fondant tends to be a little bit moist as well, so it can get a bit soggy after a while. Whatever. So I think good thing they did is they've done it in like a little bit of a plastic thing, and it's can be washed and whatever. So that's good. And you get a companion's tool which comes with one of the Flower Pro things. You get one with that, but you can buy it separate.
It comes with
The ultimate filler flower,
Yeah,
isn't it?
that's
Yeah. And then you get your own credit card that you can charge Katie Sue for. Yeah, put it through the machine.
They could have put something prettier on there.
Yeah.
Let's have Katie Sue in there, don't
But this just helps you to lift up things and whatever. It isn't actually a credit card. Okay, so back to the little one then. Get it to 60 millimetres. And in this case, you're cutting it at 20 millimetres. Just cutting that off there. You would do them all at 20 millimetres. But like I say, I found it easier to do it this way, because then you don't have so many joins. Put it in like a smiley face. There, like that. Make it look like a bit of an anchor. Are we in camera there, Simon? Yeah.
Right, doing well.
Last week I kept coming out to camera, didn't I?
Pardon?
I said last week I kept coming over here out of the camera
Yeah.
by mistake. Okay, and then using your cosmetic sponge or your fingers. And don't worry if you go over slightly, because you can just push it back in with your fingers afterwards. Take it to the edges. Okay, and
So
then
Karen Nail has joined us now, and she said she's still got the flowers.
I know she told me she
Flowers,
still
yeah.
got them.
Yeah.
I've got you. Look, Karen. Look. There's your teacup and saucer for you. Okay, I risked my life to get that for you. Okay.
I think I'm going to have to phone B&M head office tomorrow.
Get them all in stock, and you can get them all and sell them on. Make £1 on everyone. Give them for 7 instead of 6. Pay your petrol. Talking of petrol, you know, it's wonderful that people can afford BMWs and Audis, but it's a shame they didn't have the optional extra of an indicator. The ones that have gone past us tonight have been unbelievable. We don't know how to use them at all. Carol's saying nothing because she's got it.
Sorry, I was responding to a message. What did he say?
I was-
Sorry, I was responding to a message. What did he say?
I said, talking about cars and charging for petrol and that, the thing is, it's wonderful how people can afford BMWs and Audis, but they don't know to pay the optional extra of an indicator.
Yeah.
And it's a shame because
I know.
they don't use them.
Well, I own an Audi.
I know.
Yeah, and I always indicate.
It's just so annoying because you're supposed to guess where they're going. Okay, drop that out then. As I say, this should be done. I'm using these foam pads because this is all I've got. And as I said to you last week, I've spoken to Nicholas Lodge about what he uses, and he's got his own personal little shop, and he is selling the foam pads on there. So we're in talks about getting Carroll some, because you've got to work on him slightly.
Yeah, but is he going to send stuff over this? He doesn't send this stuff.
He seems to sell it just in America, you know. He is bringing some over.
You don't send his stuff over here.
No. So again, the same as the large petal. This is the smaller one. Using the, turn it over. So using the back side of it, using a balling tool, just frill out. Don't frill these out too much though, folks, because otherwise it makes it too big when you try to join them together. As you can see where we've joined there, so just push it together with your fingers. You can use a little bit of glue. They do come off sometimes. And then instead of using the neck stick, use your Dresden tool and just bring that in.
Isn't it?
It just gives it a bit more of effect, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's
you
for
come up
this.
with the same thing I did.
Yeah. Just make 6 of these for the small one. As you can see, there's the ones I did earlier. I haven't got them all there. Right, okay, so now we're going to move on to forming the flower. We'll do the big one first, and then we'll go on to the little one after. And that gives the lady who's working along with us now a chance to keep up with us. Okay.
They want to know, do you indicate, Simon, with you only using 2 fingers at a time, do you have enough time to indicate?
I should imagine he does it all the time, and is he typically...
He's got enough fingers left, he's got 8 left, hasn't he?
Yeah. Then he only uses 2 fingers on one hand, so he's got the other one to use for the indicator.
I don't drive one of those particular cars. So
Oh, that's a good thing then.
I just saw it.
Okay, now then, this is just fun foam. Carroll sells it on her Amazon thingy, so you can always go on there. And what I've done is just got a little hole punch and put a little hole in the middle. Okay?
I don't sell it on the Amazon thing, but I get it. What's it called?
Fun foam. Fun
Oh. I'll get the link.
foam. It comes in big A4 sheets, and I've just cut this up. Done a little hole in the middle. And then with your petals, if you form them round that hole using 4 lots for your big one. Okay. As you can see, as you put them together, you may have to just alter them slightly because they do tend to overlap otherwise. Try and keep that hole in the centre. And then with some glue or egg white or bond.
He uses egg white, doesn't he?
He does use egg white all the time, but personally I'd rather keep the eggs for my cakes.
Yeah.
Okay, this edible glue, I'm sure Carroll sells edible glue on what's it, you know, or you can buy the calyx powder from her and make your own. It is quite simple. Okay, with the glue then, just go 2/3 roughly, don't put too much on, 2/3 of the glue up each of the petals. Like this. Like that. Make sure you've got plenty in the middle though.
Just pop your head out from the camera.
Sorry. Okay, so 2/3 on all your petals all the way round, and then with your centre that you did earlier, lift this fun foam up, push your centre down, and then you use your fingers, because this is soft, you can use your fingers and you can just push it to the edge. Turn it upside down.
Oh, I know what I did. I used tin foil, didn't I?
No, you use tin foil, which we're using in a minute.
Well,
Okay.
what did I do for that then?
You place them on, which you do with the second set. You did the one like that, then you put it in the tin foil, and then put your earbuds or whatever you want to call them underneath each of the petals and let it dry. You do both of them together. So with a bit of with a bit of tin foil, aluminum foil or whatever.
He lost me at that point.
Yeah. Make an hole. Just get a ball of paste, or you can get some polystyrene ball, and just form this around the ball, so it gives you that little bit of a wax. And make an hole in the middle with your neck stick, and go over, put it over there like that, and you turn that, and then it opens up the flowers like that. Sorry.
Over to you.
Yeah. So you turn it over, it opens up the flowers like that. Okay, that's stage one. I'll just put that there.
Put it out the way.
Yeah, I do it all the time. I've got to stop doing it.
Yeah. Sorry, ladies, you missed it. It looked good for
I
you.
will show you again in a minute. Don't worry, because we're doing the small one. So there you go.
It's really
Okay.
important to try and stay under that camera.
Now you can place these again. Now this is the next set of 4 that you've done. So you've done 8. You've used 4 just. Set them out again, but this time you're not going to use the fun foam because you can't line them up, because these need to be in between the others. So again, leave my head out of the way. Put your glue on your petals like this on all of them, and this is where your fingers get a bit gooey at times, so have a little bit of a wet cloth ready. Okay, so we've done that as we did in the first one. We've got a wet cloth here. Okay, now get your sunflower, turn it back over and take your foil off. Okay, so you've turned it back over, you can see where it's all joined together there. Get one of these and say be careful because you get glue on your fingers, and go so that the petal is in between the one that's there before. You bring it slightly forward so you don't overlap as you go round. So get your next one. If you've done it right, these should just fit on nicely and go in between. Turn it round with your fingers and see you get glue on you. That's awful. Again, lift it up, put it in place. Sorry, yeah. She keeps talking. She's doing this on purpose. Yeah. She doesn't get into the edge of the table, forget these off. Okay, so that's all 4 of the second ones now in place. Don't worry about this gap underneath, because you're going to do something which I think is quite nice. I really enjoyed making it when you get to do this next bit. Okay, so that then brings your petals, your second set of petals should now work out so that they're in between the others. Get your foil with your hole and your mould that you've made, drop them over the flower, and we'll do this in front of the camera, turn it back over, and there you go. Okay, see, they're all worked out in between. Now your cotton wool buds you can use in this case to lift up your first set of...
She's sweating now.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
You can lift them up, but I'm not going to use cotton wool buds, so let me just put this down a second.
Why are you not using cotton wool buds? You like that idea?
I just think it lifted them too much.
Ah, did you, right?
Yeah. So what I've done is I've got some little bits of...
Copied my idea, made them small. They're saying it's a great live this, but if I was doing it, I would have made 6 by now.
You're kidding, aren't you? Can you go back and watch? Go back and watch.
Take you to what to make me last time.
I think it took 2.5 hours, the show did.
Yeah, well,
2.5 hours, and you ended up with...
I know what I'm doing now. I had to show them all the tips, didn't I?
All what?
All the tips.
Oh, the tips. Okay, so go back to your sunflower that's on your mould there, on your tin foil or aluminium foil. I couldn't believe that he uses such words. I was a bit like you. I thought, what's he on about? Only because I could see what he was using. I knew what he was talking about.
It was a special thing. John had to come in and sort it out for me.
Okay.
He's just American, is he?
Yeah. Well, no, he's English actually.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he moved to America.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
But he's picked up obviously their slang and everything, so it's a bit difficult to understand some of the words sometimes. So with your first set of petals that you put on, just put a little bit of foam underneath each one, just to lift it. I use some of the cosmetic sponges and just chop this up. Just lift it slightly, don't lift it too much, and I'll show you why in a minute, because the one I've done earlier...
My cotton wool buds are smaller than that.
My cotton wool buds aren't.
No.
My cotton wool buds
I
are
know.
quite big, Lucas. So you put that under there, so it pushes it up too much.
Yeah, but you stuck it right in under, just under the top.
So just put them under each of the first set of leaves, petals, just to lift them up off the bottom ones is basically all you're doing. And your former that you've done with your foil can do that. And this foil thing is quite easy to do, unless you're Carroll. Now I should stop now, shouldn't I? Shouldn't keep taking the mickey out of this lady. She'll eat even more chocolate if I keep on.
I bet it's all gone.
I'll have to go back in the fridge.
I'm just waiting for Nigel to get round there first and get over.
Oh, he'll eat chocolate with you until it falls out of his ears, I'll tell
I'm
you.
hoping he's going to make a brew soon.
Okay, so put that then, and then just leave that then to dry. Okay, that's basically it. You've got other things to do, but you need to pace yourself. You need to make sure you've got enough time to let this dry. Because you've mixed fondant and gum paste, it needs a longer time to dry. Okay, so we'll just put that on the little rack.
When you get 2 minutes, can I do the Halloween competition?
Of course you can, yeah. And just to show you, that's one I did earlier. Now,
That's beautiful.
I did that. I've actually cupped them up a little bit too high with this foam. I didn't flatten it out a little bit when I put the ball in, so it's cupped up too much. But not to worry, it'll still look as good.
That. So they're only wide open when they're fully done.
Yeah.
I've got a sunflower in the garden and it's like that at the moment.
Yeah. So that's how it turns out. So we're going to move on then to do the calyx, which is quite a thing. We just wanted to say, where's my other piece? There it is. This former is quite easy to do. Just get yourself some tin foil. We won't go into the posh names or anything. You can see, look, I folded it in half that way and then folded it in half that way to make a square. Then with the nick stick,
They like the neck stick.
I've made an hole in the middle, okay, and then with I'll catch one here, with either a foam ball or some fondant, it's up to you, just put it in there and just squeeze the foil. I have to swap over because of my hands being left-handed, which Paul the bold baker pointed out last week. He didn't realise I was left-handed, but yes. Yeah, there's only a few people who are left-handed because that's, you know, we're the best. That's why there's only a few of us. Just wanted to say that. Okay, I think Wayne said something about being left-handed as well. Not
Wayne's watching from Australia.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, because he hasn't got the morning lives now, has he?
No.
It's night time there, isn't
yeah.
it? Where about in Australia does he live?
He is from, I think he's from Sydney.
Sydney, is he?
think so.
My auntie and uncle live in
Morning.
Queensland.
Morning there.
Is it morning then?
Yeah, it's like 4 o'clock in the morning, something like that, isn't it?
Isn't it
It's the-
Eh?
7 in the morning?
Something like that, yeah.
Is it 7? Yeah. Wayne will correct us, no doubt.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's how you form your former. Okay, do it like that. It doesn't matter about this hole being bigger or not, because you know you can see the size of the sunflower and it'll go around. And just do that. I've made 3 of these, just one to show you how to do it, and then obviously the 2 that I'm using. But I'm going to use this one as well now. So just before Carol nips in to do the naming of the ghost.
Yep.
Sorry, that's the wrong one. This one. We'll just do the little one. I'm taking my time with this because there's a lady who's working along with us at the moment at home, and we don't want to rush it so that she gets mixed
Elaine
up.
is still here. She's still here. She's watching on YouTube now because her Facebook Live is freezing.
Yeah, it's been happening a couple of times that, as it did the other night.
Nobody's mentioning it tonight. It's 6 a.m. where Wayne is this morning.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm sure he's from Sydney.
Sydney, yeah. So again, like we did with the big one, form these together around that centre hole. Put on some paste. Don't go too high up with your first lot of glue, because you won't be able to dust your flower when it's dry. Okay, so this is the smaller one we're doing now, so we only need 3 of these, where on the bigger one we have 4. And we do 2 lots of 3, where on the bigger one we do 2 lots of 4. Push it in. Make sure that they're used, because this is soft, you can just turn it over and push it on. They might drop off sometimes as well, but just try and be as quick as you can and just mould them on to the centre of that, like that. Okay, and with the former, using the same procedure, put it over and turn it up. Okay, now we do that again. Can you hold that, Carol? Thank you.
Oh, you know my dummy you were taking the mickey out of that had loads of room on?
Yeah.
And your drying thing doesn't.
No, you don't have room.
See? So I made a big cake dummy stand and Lee has done nothing but laugh his head off on it. But I could hold loads of flowers on that. On his posh little stand here he can only hold 2.
I brought the wrong stand.
And now I'm having to hold them.
But while she's holding this flower for me,
Yeah.
she's not eating chocolate.
I bet it, that's fine.
Well, that's true, because that's gone now. Okay, so there's your second lot of 3. Thank you, Carol.
How long, Elaine says, how long does she have to leave it upside down before she can dust the petals?
Right, well, you need to let it completely dry before you dust the petals,
Yeah.
and also put your calyx on.
Yeah.
Okay, but drying purposes, which I'm going to show you after Carol's done a little competition, you could dry it in the former like we've got going here. I'll just stick this in a gob a minute. So you got him drying like that, Luke. You do that for about 2 to 3 hours.
See how he can't hold his thing? Got it stuck in his
That
mouth.
doesn't sound good, Carol. I can't hold me to Okay, let them dry like that for 2 to 3 hours, and then get yourself a bowl. I borrowed one of Carol's here, and one of your cosmetic sponges. Put it on top, and then turn your sunflower the other way around. Put it on top of there, so that your brown centre is on that sponge. And then take your tinfoil away, because the bottom won't dry with the tinfoil. You need to take it away. But I'll show you that in a second, because I've only just done it and it's not quite ready to move. So back to the little one again, and we're just doing exactly the same thing.
I know Lee and I. Oh, Lincoln's here. Hello, Lincoln.
Hello,
What
Lincoln.
are you doing here? Hey? I know Lee's taking the mickey out of my live, but seriously, go and have a look at that live, because I did come up with some good ideas.
She did.
And my double cake dummy, you don't have to leave the foil on, and I folded them down so that they were drooping as well, and then you could let it dry, and they dried perfectly well. Hello, Lincoln fellow, what are you doing here? Do you want to go and say hello to everybody?
Okay, so that's my second set of flowers on the small one. Put it back in the foil, hold it, and turn it the right way round, and there you go, you form the smaller one. Oh, hello, Lincoln. Oh, hello.
He's just checking,
Saying hello.
He's just checking you've had a shower.
Yeah, I did before I came. And again, same with this one. Where's me? Get some cotton wool buds or your foam squares. These are that set that Carol showed me. She bought a set of cosmetic sponges, and in that pack is some little triangular things like this. Oh, sorry, they're going that way.
I got them from, where did I get them
I think
from?
he said Wilco's or something. I think he said.
Yeah, you can get them from Workos.
Yeah.
I think I got mine from Home Bargains.
I think these were from Poundland, to be truthful with you. But these things, you don't use them or anything, so you can cut these up for little spongy things to use to go in between your petals, because you do a lot of this in the Flower Pro range. But it's so good, and you can see what you can achieve without any cutters and all that faffing around, rolling out paste and what have you. You can achieve quite a lot. So again, just on the small one, we're doing exactly the same thing. We're just putting some foam under the first set of petals so it lifts them up slightly from the second set. Are we in camera, Simon? Yeah. Do be careful though, because you get. Oh, hello.
Oh, it's back again.
You can't smell any dogs on me because I haven't got one. There you go. Just try and get me attention for some reason here. Okay, so just put them under them, and again then just set that to one side to let it dry.
You grab the camera so they can see him when he comes back, Sam. Did they catch him on camera before?
Yes.
He's going round to see Nigel now.
Okay, this is the one we did earlier. We don't need in the thingy, so I'll put it in the stand there. Okay, so that's the stages we're at so far. I'm going to let Elaine have 5 minutes now. Only 5 minutes, Elaine, while Carroll does the competition.
Right, I'll do the
And then we'll get on to the next stage of the sunflower.
Yeah, okay. Right, so you all remember the video that we're going to start next Tuesday, the 1st of September, will include our Halloween ghost. So we put up a poll for the best name. So lots of
Should
you...
we remind them?
Yes, remind them, that's great.
Back in the room.
Ah, yeah. Right, so I'm just going to try and find it because there's an announcement. So basically, lots of you gave names and we chose the 4 ones that we really liked. And let me just see, wait a minute, oh, I was nearly give the Tracy Mann poll then. Just 1 second. Let me look for announcements where it is. Oh, it's not in announcements, oh no. Let me find Crumbu one. Crumbu. So let's pick a winner from there. Let me see. Sorry ladies, I just need to find it where it is. Lincoln, come back here and say hello to everybody. Can somebody tell me, was it in announcements in the group or was it on the main page?
On the community page.
It's on the community page, isn't it? Yeah. This is good, isn't it? I can't friggin' find the damn thing. Sorry ladies, just hold on. Lincoln's just wandering around here. Let's get him on the camera for you. Let's see how he's
We
doing.
can see him.
Where is he?
There.
Hello fella. Say hello to everybody. Lincoln. Lincoln. Lincoln, come on. He goes no more. He is looking very skinny. But he's very, very old. And he's eating for fun. So he's eating more food than all the other dogs. But old age, unfortunately. Anyhow, let me get back to my comp. When I can find it. I might have to let Lee come back on when I find the
Do you
competition.
want me to do a bit more?
Yeah, will you do a bit more when I find the
Okay.
competition? What are you doing?
I don't know if
fella?
that's in the right position, Simon.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry.
Okay, so we're going to carry on now and do the calyx. Now the calyx is done exactly the same for both flowers, and you use the mould for the second flower, but for the big one you use the blossom cutters. This is the 70mm blossom cutter and the 90mm blossom cutter, and I've coloured this gum paste in apple green. If you look at the sunflower leaves and the calyx, they are a lighter green, so I thought I would do that in apple green.
Look at that. As soon as I sit down, it's
Do you want to do it now?
you know, yeah, I will do. Right, sorry Lee.
It's all right.
You can pick the winner anyhow. So, so there it was. It's come up now. So the winner by 386 votes was Crumbu. So just show that video again, Simon. It's going to be the name of our Sugar and Crumbs ghost. Crumbs. There we go. So that's just a part of it, a little snippet for you. So if we go into there, 386 votes, and then you'll see that all the voters are here. So what I'm going to do is give you anybody who wins. So I'm not going to pick one prize, we'll pick a few winners. All right, so let's get them all loaded up. So all the people who picked Crumbs, so you're not winners yet. I'm going to pick from the people who voted here. So when you're ready, Lee, put your magic finger on here. Whoop. So Vicky Tulukia. So Vicky Tulukia, Tulika. So Karen, let me write that down. Vicky Tulukia. Don't know what you're going to win yet. Right. Oh, I don't know that. Magdalena. Can you see that? Ooh. Magdalena
Clojola.
Yeah. Don't know who that is.
Calojola.
So this is in the group. So these are group members. Magdalena. Right. Can you try and pick someone who's watching the live? Someone we know. Jean Perkins. Right, we still haven't got anywhere yet. I'll be giving loads of prizes out in a minute, won't I?
How many are you doing?
I've no frigging idea until you frigging pick someone you know. Right. I want to pick someone we know. Serena Lawson, well done. Serena Lawson. We've got one here. God.
Will that do now then?
No.
That's 4.
Yeah, because yeah, go on. So should we do, let's see, what should we do? Should we do 6? Right, do you think you could pick somebody else?
Well, I'm just sticking my finger on there like you tell me.
The thing is, we had Karen Knowlton there, and Maureen Bailey, and we knew her. We've got Rachel Cook up there, and they all just missed out, haven't they? So just give me a minute.
That's like, that isn't that good, eh? Yeah, you just missed out on the prize, folks.
But you could have won, yeah.
You could have won. We don't know what you could have won, but you could have won.
Gillian Sansom. I know Gillian Sansom. Good, that's all right then. Good, Gillian.
Are you going to give the names either side so they know they missed out as well?
Eh? Yeah, Leanne Dennis and Audrey Wyatt. Nutty Elaine, sorry, you missed out.
You people won nothing.
Colleen
No,
Vivian. Right, last one. Linda Arrowsmith. Well done. Right, so that's 6 prizes there, ladies. And what I was thinking of sending you is 5 Wonder Dusts each. That's good, isn't it? You'll like that.
Nice.
5 Wonder Dusts each, so you can choose 5 colours that we've got in, because you all love the Wonder Dust, or you can choose 5 bags of ice and sugar each, whichever you want. So all you've got to do is email into info.sugarandcrumbs@icloud.com, okay, and put Halloween Ghost Competition, and the winners are was it Vicky that I said?
Vicky.
Was it Vicky or Nikki? Vicky Tuluka, Magdalena Canjoli, yeah. Jean Perkins, I like a good British name. Serena Lawson, well done. Gillian Sansom and Linda Arrowsmith. Fantastic. Well done, ladies. Crack on.
Okay, so as I said, this is just normal gum paste done with apple green colouring for a lighter green for the calyx. We roll this out. Just put a bit of, because we haven't got Carroll's boards out here, see? Because we don't want to cut on Carroll's boards.
I do have one you can cut on.
Anyway, we'll bring this so it's easier to use, because sometimes you need the lines, don't you? Roll this out then. Is Elaine with us?
Elaine is with us.
Okay, a bit more corn flour on. Love these little pouches. Carroll sells these as well. Okay, so the 90mm you cut out 2. I'm going to get 2 out of that one. And the 70mm we cut out 1. I'll just roll that up again. So you're doing 3 of these. This board moves. It's good, isn't it? Okay. There we go. Just pop it back on again and cut right through. There we go. Okay, so 2 of the 90mm and 1 of the 70mm. I'm going to leave that there because I need a few more just for the smaller one. Now we do this on the overhead, Simon. Yep. Okay. Got a double cut on there, but it doesn't matter. This is a little nifty trick, and when you've done this you can actually make these into what they call succulents because they look really quite good. What you do is get your cutter and put it level. I'm trying to look over and not get in the way of the camera. Put it level so your cutter is level with that one there, just in the middle, and just press down.
Oh, I did that. I did that bit as well.
Yeah. And see how that gives you that nice little flowery thing? We'll do it again.
Nice, isn't it?
Yeah, it's lovely. It is a good idea. And we're just going to cut that one the same. So try and level it up to the middle. So the cutting edge of your original circle is in the middle of the circle you've got. Press down. There you go. That's them. I'll do the same with the 70mm one. Line it up so it's in the middle of your circle. Press down. And then you've got those little things there. Get your foam board. Now this will work better if you've got a soft foam board. But don't worry too much, you can do it without. So I'm going to put this one because it's double cut slightly there. This one on the bottom, and the same thing with your nick stick or with your Dresden tool. Just do a line down the centre of each of them. Like that. Okay. Same with this one. A line down the centre. And I think using your Dresden tool, because it's not so sharp, it does tend to work a little bit better than the stick, because it does cut through them if you're not careful.
I know it sounds really bad, but I think that looks pretty as a flower like that.
It does. These are like succulents, you know, like the what's it to do look nice. And F, I can't say it. FMM, that's it. Do a smaller set of these cutters. So these are the bigger set. These are Nicholas Lodge's set where you've got 110.
So they're made by FMM?
Yeah, made by the same company, aren't they? You've got 110, 90 and 70. And then there's another set, look, smaller. These come in a set of 4. And you can get them. Just there you go, folks, do it that way, then you can see them. Another set of 4. So you've got this set of 3, which is the big ones, which I think they do that in their own make as well as Nicholas Lodge's, and then this set here. So in this case, we've not used the big one, we just used them, done that, and the smaller one. And then in this case, for the smaller one, the smaller sunflower I'm saying now, we're going to use, we've got the wrong one out there. There is some plunger bottom cutters as well you can get, which is the same. Okay, so that's the ones for the big one. And then for the small sunflower, Karen Naylor, you can have these tomorrow. Shame that your cake's not wanted in now though, because it's a couple of months behind, isn't it? But you can put them with your collection of sunflowers, Karen. Because you're collecting Carroll, so you might as well have mine as well.
Pardon?
I'm just telling Karen Naylor she
Oh, she can have yours.
can have mine as well now. She's collected them.
Well, Jill Cook made some for Karen as well. Because that's what Jill Cook likes to do.
Yeah.
So, and I picked them up for her.
I remember you
So,
saying you'd picked some
yeah.
up. I didn't know that was the case, but it
Yeah.
was the
Well, Jill
sunflower.
Cook saw me on the live and saw that was doing what I said. I'll do 2 for Karen Naylor, and then Karen Naylor can make her own.
Yes.
And then Jill Cook bailed Karen out. And you're doing the same now.
Okay, so again, 2 of the 70. Now, Nicholas Lodge tells you, let me just get the moulds.
And the cake is for the 2nd of October, which is your demo day, Simon.
Nicholas Lodge tells you to use the daisy cut mould here in the middle for this second calyx on the small sunflower. But I just don't like it. I don't. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use a smaller.
Use that one.
Me laugh now. Stop
Simon's
it.
laughing his head off as he
I don't know what's going on here.
I've not a clue.
Not that one. That one.
Oh.
I have a bit of a funny thing. As you all know, I've got some funny ideas on top. And I really hate using, and I pull everybody at work on it, hate using a certain finger. And I'm waving at him to use this finger. Makes me cringe.
I'm sorry, I did not know what was going on then.
Yeah.
I think, what have I done
Karen
wrong?
Griffiths
I'm looking.
uses that finger. Simon uses it. It drives me freaking nuts.
I was thinking, what have I done wrong there? Okay.
Jazzy does it. I have to go to Jazzy. No, it's this finger, Jazzy.
Okay, so the same procedure then for the small calyx. Get them in line with the centre. Cut it through.
So this is a nice comment. Alison Hodgson says, as much as I love watching Sir Nick at work, Lee's teaching method and Simon's camera work is easier to follow, I think.
That's the idea.
Yeah,
As-
less faffing. Yeah. And Nikki King says less faffing, and Margaret Crozier says I agree.
Thank
Well,
you.
we have to give Nicholas Lodge his due.
His
He
due, yes.
thought of these fantastic moulds, and you know what? You all find your own way.
Yeah,
I
and
have
he
my-
says that.
I know Lee's taking the mickey out of me tonight, but I have my way. Lee has his way. Nick has his way, and you'll have yours.
Nicholas.
And somehow you'll get it all together.
Well, and Nicholas Lodge always says, if you watch any of his videos, he always says you will find your own way of doing things, you know, and you do.
main
I've
thing is
simplified
not-
it for me.
The main thing is not to be scared
No.
of the mould. Use it. 'Cause
Yeah.
I think a lot of people buy the moulds, look at it, stroke it, put it away.
Yeah, do use them. Do use them.
Yeah, 'cause
you
I
know, same procedure then, folks. Let's put this onto this foam pad.
And then on our YouTube channel, you can get all Nicholas Lodge's YouTube videos for free on YouTube. But Lee will have does have his own playlist on our channel as well. So everything that Lee has done, if you go to our YouTube channel, Sugar and Crumbs with Nifty Nozzles, you will go into it. You have to go into the channel. So when you look for it on YouTube, then go into it, and then go into videos, then go into playlists, and then look for Lee's playlist. And the girls are working on them at the moment. So they're starting from current day and going backwards. I don't know how far they are, but they're cracking on with it.
I see is Carroll, Simon's friend on, Claire.
Yes, she's
Is
in
she-
on Wednesday. Can't wait.
No,
to get
is
it.
she watching tonight?
She is watching.
Oh, I see that she's advertised another
Another class.
tower.
It's another tower, yeah, the
Yeah.
baby tower.
Very
Yeah.
nice, very
Yeah,
nice.
Claire is in. I'm promoting my class tomorrow, which you'll see what I'm making. So I've got a class next Wednesday night. So not a daytime class. It's a £20 class. I think it's £20 class on how to make a cupcake bouquet. And it will be very, very pretty. And when I show it you tomorrow night, you're going to want to learn how to make it. So that's a Wednesday night class. It's not an all-day class. And then Claire Corbett is in this Wednesday. She's going to show you a marbled cake using Bridget's Cake Room kit. And then she is going to, what was I going to say to you? Forgot what I was going to say to you. She's
Okay.
going to show you a treat tower.
Yeah. So, for the big sunflower, the 90mm that you've cut out, you've cut 2. Turn them over, put them on, and then put this, some glue on, and put this over the top so it's out of sync, if you see what I mean. So it's opposite. And then with the 70mm one, do the same again. You're doing these on the opposite way. Don't quite know why we do the thing, to be truthful with you, with that, but it just gives it a bit of a... That's it. And then put this on like that. So, can you see what we're talking about? That looks a bit like a succulent now, right? This is the smaller one. So we've done exactly the same procedure. This is the 70mm cutter. Okay, some glue on.
And I see Lorraine Bite says Claire is going for a new record on Wednesday. She will be, because I forgot to send the ganache kit today.
Then turn these over, and you can get a big balling tool, you know, but how many times are you going to use those big balling tools?
Yeah, no.
So just use the end of your waxing. Now if this was a bit springier, this would work a bit better, but it's not. We're working on trying to get some.
Yeah, but no. If you
foam.
put that white one on top of there now, no, put it on. Put the blue underneath the white.
Oh right, so you put these
That will
on.
give it. That will help.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay, so then just push down, and you see how it just forms that.
Does that work for you now?
Yeah.
See? Listen to Auntie Carroll.
I'm listening to Auntie Carroll, I am. Oh dear.
So you don't need a firm one. And you know when you said you needed a firm one, turn it over.
It's a soft one you need, not a firm one.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's a soft one for that. But
Yeah.
then you was asking about a firm one.
Yeah.
Just turn it over.
Okay, so that's the calyx for the big one. This is the calyx for the smaller one. And the smaller one's going to be a little bit more messy to do because I haven't done one in advance. Okay, but I have with this. Put some glue on there, but don't go too far out. You don't want it showing too much because you can't dust over edible glue. Okay, straight through the middle, flip it through, push it up, turn it over, and secure it to the back. And that is your calyx for your big sunflower. Just make sure that you've got it so it doesn't fall off.
That's a beautiful calyx.
I think it's lovely. A really good idea how he's done it. And now you cut that. Never even thought about doing that.
No.
But if you get those smaller cutters, you can go smaller and smaller and make that into like a little succulent, and it'll look really good. So again, another way of using these moulds, so you don't have to use it for everything that it's designed for. You can use it for other things. Okay, so put that back in the foam and tilt it that way. Just make sure, if you look now around the, can we see around the edges of that, Simon, at all? There you go, look.
Oh, no, yeah.
Can you see how your thing's just moving away slightly, so you can just see how it's all formed around the bottom of the
That's
sunflower.
beautiful, that way.
Now, to dry it so that you haven't got the foil, as I said, you get your cup, and then, and this might not work on here because it's a bit wider, it is a bit wider. Let's try this. What you actually done there? No, that's too wide as well. My bowls at home are a little bit smaller.
Not what, just a mug or something? Or?
Yeah, a mug might do it. Let's try a mug.
Middle drawer down there. Middle
Where?
drawer under the hob. Under the hob.
Oh, that's a good place. Yes. Okay, getting used to where everything is in this kitchen. Put your cosmetic sponge on the bottom and then just sit that on top. Careful you don't break any of your leaves off. And remove.
Clever idea. Have you come up with that idea?
No, we did.
I did it.
Yeah. Remove
Clever
that
idea.
and then let that dry. Okay? And that is it. That's your sunflower made.
That's
Just got to
beautiful.
do a leaf now to go with it and show you how to colour them. So let that
Isn't that
dry.
beautiful, ladies, isn't it? I'll give you a dude nice, that Lee.
It is. I liked them when they were done. I really was pleased. Same
I
thing
like the calyx as well.
with the small one. Exactly the same idea. This might not work as well because this small one's still soft. Again, I've done that wrong. Lift it up and put it on there. Finger with the hole in it. Go to the centre. Push it through. Push it down. It has dried slightly, this has, so it's still working. Turn it upside down. Did we get all that on the camera, Simon? Yeah?
Yeah, you did.
And again, just, I'm doing this very carefully, but if this is set,
You're
you can
saying
go a
how
little bit.
useful it is, yeah.
You can do that a bit more firmer, but I'm doing this slightly thin because it's still wet. Okay, exactly the same thing. As you can see, these are still a bit.
Aren't they nice, everyone? Aren't they lovely?
So then let's just turn that back upside down, put it back in the foil for now.
Who's going to make these?
Hopefully you're going to make them. You know,
Yeah.
these are absolutely brilliant moulds to use. And
Yeah.
so simple. For 40 years I'd wanted to do sugar flowers and never been able to understand, with being dyslexic, how to do it, because all you had were books to read. And so these have really, really helped me.
Well, they absolutely love that. Really nice.
Okay.
Who's going to have a go at making these then? I know when I did the live, I sold quite a lot of the moulds. Who's buying the moulds and going to give them a go? Because sunflowers are so beautiful, aren't they?
There's so many lovely flowers as well. And what I will say is, with this particular mould, where is it? Just add it. There it is. This particular mould does your sunflowers in this one with these petals. You can do double-headed daisies by using that centre there and then two of these. And you can do your Garbra daisies by using these petals from small and large and these centres here. And this centre also does the bud, so you've got 3 or 4 lots of flowers you can make out of this one thing. This here, I haven't actually seen how he uses it yet, I've got to look at that, but this can make a nice little Christmas tree as well for you. You do 2 of these and glue them together, you get a nice little Christmas tree, mini Christmas tree. So, you know, they are good. Okay, we're moving on now then to the flowers. Now, sorry, the leaves. Now this is where I come a little bit unstuck with the mixing of the flower paste and the gum paste because I didn't use good enough paste. So, put in some Trex. Now, this, it says to do, where's my size guys? Oh, there it is. This should be a number 13 ball of paste. I've actually gone to a number 14 because I found when I'm doing it and I'm putting it in and you're pushing it out with your cosmetic sponge to the sides, it's very thin on one end more than the other, so I've gone a little bit bigger just to help. Okay, roll it into like a carrot, I suppose.
I like doing the leaves.
Put it into the middle and with your veiner, use the flat end, the back end of the veiner, and push it down so it spreads it out slightly for you. Okay, so it spread it out, so you've got like 3/4 of the way done there. Then with your cosmetic sponge, and say use your fingers as well if you need to, and it helps if I put my glasses on so I can see what I'm doing. Push this paste out to the edges of the leaf, and this is where I go wrong because I've got all the paste now this side and nothing to push over this side, so it's ended up being too thin, so that's why I've gone for a bigger ball of paste this time. Okay, do the same with the opposite side. Don't worry about it having creases in it or anything because those all come out when you put the veiner on the back. Okay, make sure you've got them into the edge, use your fingers, but try and keep the edges as thin as you can. Try and keep them level with the mould. And then with your fingers, form that ridge down the centre. And this is a 24, they're already out, aren't they? Yeah. 24 gauge wire. Green, of course. Now, as you know, I pre-cut these, But what I have done is, when I've done the flower, the leaf, I've extended it by putting another wire on it so you can get the length that you need. Bit of glue. I'm only going to show you how to do this one because they're all done the same. This is the biggest leaf. Thread it through. You've got a little ridge there so you can follow it up. Take it about 2/3 of the way into the leaf. And then with the back veiner, turn it that way round. Level that up with your wire. I'll just move that up slightly so you can see it. There you go. Level that up with the wire, but make sure you cover the whole leaf with this veiner. Alright? And then just push down. And look at that, how it's giving you all the veining on the back of your leaf like that. Okay? Turn it the other way around. Peel it back. And there you go. That's your leaf done. Okay, and then you can just put that onto your foam, whatever way you want to do it. You can do some tin foil and I'll just move this over. I don't want to pick it up too much. Where's me? There it is. Okay, pick it up, put it on here, and let it just try and get the centre in those marks there, and then just let it form itself.
Are you under the camera then?
Sorry, yeah, I think so.
That's
Yeah,
fine,
yeah. Just get it in the centre, those lines there, look, and let the centre form in, and then just let that form into its own shape. As you can see there, just move the foil, you can see the ones that I've done earlier. Now, you can do the big one, you can do the medium sized one, and you can make the smaller one. And the smaller one is done with a smaller ball of paste. We'll just get the mould back. In the smaller leaf, and I think this is a number 8 ball of paste. I will check for you. It's a number 9 ball of paste. Okay, with number 9 ball of paste, condition it obviously with your Trex. This is actually not on the mould. You can do the big one, you can do the small one. These obviously are for your daisies. So again, form it into a carrot. Put it in place there, and with your cosmetic sponge, push it down, keeping the round bit at the bottom of the carrot in shape there, like that. Say this is done on the smaller leaf, not the larger one. Okay, see that? Do exactly the same thing with your wire. Put it in. As you see, we haven't gone all the way down. We've kept the round bottom bit of the carrot there. Just follow that through. You can feel this tickling underneath your finger as you go through. Might not quite be in line there, but it's only just to show you. Okay, and then get the veiner, get it in line with the wire, push it down, and there you go. You've got a smaller leaf. So you've got the big one, the medium one, and that's how to make the smaller one. You need use the smaller ones for your small sunflowers, and then the big and the medium one for your big sunflowers.
That's great. That's good.
Again, just put it on your former and let it dry. So now just move a few things and we'll go on to colouring.
Right, so while Lee's having a little tidy up, just let me remind you, if you're ordering tonight, don't forget to go to the clearance cupboard. The sale is coming to an end on Monday. So I'm not putting any more stuff in now. I've put in everything I need to put in, and I'm actually starting to take things out now, because things I put into stock was stuff that we had a lot of stock of, so it's just reducing stock. Some things we want to get rid of, so things have come out of the sale. So if you're looking for anything, grab it while you can. What is the name of the leaf mould, please?
It's a sunflower and daisy veiner mould, I think it's called.
You've got it there, haven't you?
There's me.
So it's the Flower Pro Kathy Eaton, it's the Flower Pro, and it's the Sunflower and Daisy Leaves mould. That's the one that you want for the leaves. There's 2 moulds required for this sunflower. There's actually the sunflower mould, The ultimate sunflower and daisy mould. Yeah.
And
Okay.
also, don't forget you need the cutters.
Yes, you need the cutters as well,
So
the
do the
rose
calyx.
cutters. Yeah. I may be out of stock of the rose cutters, so if I am, pop your orders in, all right, and then select, click and collect, and then just put a note of the other cutters that you're looking for. I'll get them in, and they'll be in by Thursday, and I can dispatch on Friday.
Okay, so we'll just move on now to doing a bit of the colouring. Obviously, America have got different colours to us in some of these waxes, because he says to use a sage green and also to use a darker green than the sage green to do your colouring, and also to use sunflower colour for your sunflower leaves. But I bought sunflower colour. Is it Colour Splash do sunflower and dust and what have you, and I've tried it and it doesn't show up at all, because you've done this orangey yellow paste. It's exactly the same colour.
Yeah.
So what I've done here is I've used Sunset Orange in Sugar Flare to do the tinging.
But if you've also got the Colour Splash Orange, that will work just as well.
Yeah, it just needs to be darker than your leaf colour.
That's right, yeah.
Okay, and then for the leaves I'm going to use a foliage green, which is quite a dark green. Put some of that out, and also apple green. So I'll put some of that out. I'm keeping them all separate because you don't want to mix together, it doesn't really matter. Okay, so with our sunflower that we did it earlier, and with a brush, make sure that you rub this through. That's why I put it on kitchen towel. Make sure you rub it through and take the excess off your brush, and then just go up the centre and on the edge of each of your leaves. Petals, sorry. Yes, we're just doing leaves, isn't it? So just up the centre and round the edge. Don't worry about the centre of your back ones because you can't really get at them. So just go. Oh, sorry. So as I said, up the centre.
You've gone off the screen there.
Just under the camera.
He was fine before you said anything.
Not where I could see.
It normally says if I'm boxing. Okay, just up the centre and round the edge of your leaves. Now, just on your back ones, just get the tinging on the edge of your leaves. Sorry, I keep saying leaves, I mean petals. Just go on the centre, and you see how it's just that little bit brighter, so it shows up the colouring on your leaves. Can we see that, Simon? Can we see?
Yeah,
Yes, you can see it. Yeah.
You can see it beautifully. I forget that I'm watching you live, but on the phone it's a 30-second delay.
Yeah.
That's where I get confused.
Okay. Nearly done that now. I'm not going to do the little one colouring because it's still soft and it will just rip the paste. But you do exactly the same procedure. So you can see that now how it's just get. Oh, it's come that way a bit. That's it. Okay, you see how it's give that little orangey bit to it, and turn it over and do the same on the back, just down the centre. You shouldn't need to do the edges really because you've done it from the front. These fit on your cake, Karen? Nearly. Again, we're just doing a line down the centre.
Elaine says she can't wait till she does hers up tomorrow and puts the leaves on.
Yeah, because she's got to let hers dry, you see, when
Yeah.
we're doing it live with us.
See, I thought when I did my live, I was organised as well. I had it all in stages.
You've got to, haven't you, to
Yeah.
show people,
Yeah.
because you couldn't start
No.
dusting them. The,
No.
the glue isn't dry or anything.
For somebody who doesn't like doing flowers, I thought I organised myself pretty
You did,
well.
considering it was a last minute thing you said as
Yes,
well.
it was.
So again, just do the edges, the tips of the leaves, and a line down the centre on the back. Okay. Oops,
That's nice.
sorry. There we go.
That's nice. I don't think I coloured the back of mine.
like that. We'll just stand that back on there a second while I just swap over. Just move the orange out of the way. Just there. Now, with your calyx, you do that in apple green. This is foliage green, so it's not much difference for them really.
No.
But it just gives you a little bit of, I think I've got orange petal dust everywhere now. So, with your calyx,
I say it looks stunningly.
with your calyx then, use your apple green, or a sage green if you want to, and just dust over the calyx. This will not take as well because this calyx is wet. Remember, we've just done this, but just wanted to give you an idea, especially for the lady that's working along with us, so that she knows what she's doing.
Yeah. Okay, she's a happy bunny as our Elaine.
So this isn't rubbing in very well because this is still wet, but you can see the idea of what I'm trying to do. It's just colour the whole of the calyx, all 3 layers. Just need a bit
You
more.
can show them the ones you've already done.
Yeah, I will do when we've finished. Just wanted to. This is apple green, as I said. And make sure you don't get too much dust because it'll go onto your petals if you're not careful. So
Yeah, I got some on mine.
it does blow off. You get it before it. But these are not colouring as nice as that. I'll show you the back of the one I did before in a minute. The joys of live shows, this is, see. So you can see there, just a few there. That would be a little bit better than what it is, folks, but roughly you can get the idea there, like that. I'll just put that back on there to dry more. Okay, get some more apple green on there. And I've saved one of the leaves just to show you how to do them. That one. Okay, this is one of the leaves I did earlier that I was having no fun with because they kept breaking. So, with the darker green now, we're going to go with the darker green. Remember, get the excess off your brush as you do it. Dab it on your, up and down your... Follow the line of the leaf. Am I in your way there, Simon?
No.
No. Just follow the leaf veining with the darker green, like that. On there. See how it all highlights all the veining then. Turn it over and just do the back just down the centre. Okay, then move over to your apple green. Don't get too much on because it goes too dark if you're not careful. And just, yeah, you can see that. Go over the rest of it with the apple green. But don't put too much on your brush because it will be dark and then you won't see the highlight of the veining that you've done. A bit more in there, folks, because you've got to do the back as well. Now this is the boring bit where you can't concentrate, talk and do what you're doing. Okay, so you can see the difference, the colour, and this is apple green that I've done on the gum paste as well, so you can see the difference with the dusting. But this particular leaf, along with the others, are a little bit too thin. So that's why I said, instead of doing the number 13, personally I go up next bowl up and do it that way, because I think that other one come out a lot better just that we've just made. So again, it's, you know, it's your judgment of what you think looks better. There is a light green you can use, and then you can use the apple green for the veining if you want to, but I think the lighter green is just a little bit too light. I think you need, and with these leaves as well, once you've dusted them, don't steam them as such. Get some of the stuff that we can't get at the moment, which is the glaze spray, and spray them. You can get confectioner's glaze as well. Well, I don't think we can get that at the moment either, can we?
I've just managed to get some.
Oh, well, there you go. Carol's got some. There you go, folks. Get your orders in. Carol's got it.
You'll find that there's trouble getting anything from abroad at the moment. So a lot of the suppliers are really struggling. One, because a lot of the suppliers have had everything put on the sea to make it cheaper for shipping. But two, it was trying to get everything made, and well, basically at the moment it's horrendous trying to get anything in due to Brexit.
I'm going to say you've got Brexit, and then you've got that boat, which I think's now starting to come through, isn't it, for the boat?
It is. So
but
Brexit has caused a massive big problem. COVID's caused a massive big problem for what they're doing for shipping fees. They're just basically extortionate, and the boat getting stuck on the Suez Canal didn't help things.
Okay, so there you go. That's the dusting of your leaves. So I take it, Elaine, that you're going to show us tomorrow on when you've done it all. You're going to put a picture on so we can see how you've got on.
Sprayed our leaves.
Yeah, you can glaze spray them. That needs obviously to be sprayed really, and then that will give it a nice finish and the glazy look.
Do you want to do some?
Yeah, I can do it. Yeah.
Let's cover the thing in.
Yeah.
Let's get some. Oh. So they don't do the shine and shine anymore. So this is one if they want to brush it on. I need to put it in a little container. Let me find the glaze spray. I don't know where anything is in my cupboards anymore. Do you want to put some of that in there? And then you'll have to use a very old brush that gets more brushy out.
If you're using the confectioner's glaze, then you need the cleaner.
Yeah.
Because it's, I've got some old brushes, Carol, you're all right. Yeah.
I don't know where the spray is actually.
Okay, this is confectioner's glaze. And then find, yeah, this is an old brush. Just be very, very careful, folks, when using the glaze, because it gets everywhere if you're not careful. Especially the spray. Do it outside if you want to. I actually went outside in our backyard, and we've got a table and chairs, and I sprayed what I got left of the glaze on the last lot of flowers that I did. And the next morning, all my dining table outside was covered in it. So
yeah, well,
do be
you've got
careful.
to be really careful.
Yeah.
What you could do is leave this one. They don't sell this one at the moment, but you could use this one on another one to show them what it's like.
Yeah.
But we need to cover things up.
Yeah.
Always spray outside, otherwise it'll ruin your worktops.
Okay, so if you see now, because we're glazing that, you see how it's highlighted the darker colour in the veining?
Yeah.
So it does give you a different aspect. Don't forget, of course,
And
we've
whatever
got
you do,
that.
do not let the spray near your pink boards.
No.
You're never going to get it off. I've got some on my worktops here when we used to do glasses in the kitchen, and I don't know what happened. I don't know which tutor it was, but whichever tutor it was, she didn't make sure that the students had covered everything up. So do be careful with it.
Obviously, you need to let this dry.
Yeah. Does make a difference though. We sell Cake Star Spray Shine, I think it's called Shine, Cake Shine. And then we do sell the PME, but they're out of stock.
Yeah, you can't get it anywhere.
No, and Spectrum Float has been out of stock. In fact, I think they discontinued this for a while for some reason.
Well, this is.
Yeah, so we're going to have to just do it this way a minute.
Just
So
all
if
that
Nigel
colour
holds
in.
that way, I'll hold this way. So if you're wondering who the other arm in, there's a very handsome young man in here called Nigel. You have met him before. He is handsome, I'm not joking when I say that.
Okay, so spraying then. Bear in mind, we should do this outside really. So we'll put something up just to protect Carol's surfaces. Just gently. That's it.
Yeah.
There we go. We've got one.
Yeah. Do a bigger one. Have you got a flower as well you can do?
There we go. That'll do.
Have you got a flower you can do?
No, we don't do the flowers.
Oh, you don't do the flowers?
No, you don't do the flowers.
Oh,
You,
right,
you
okay.
steam them.
Right.
Okay, folks. So that's
Yeah.
2 ways of doing it then. With the spray, but like Carol says, make sure that you cover up if you're doing it inside, and
Yeah.
obviously the confectioner's glaze to do the outside.
Yeah, make sure you definitely, I would say do it outside.
Yeah, I personally do mine outside. It's much easier. Let's just put that to one side.
Or stick it inside a cake box.
Yeah,
So
anything to protect your surfaces really, isn't it, Carol? Yeah, so when those have dried, you then just put them to your fingers. And we're going to do this now with wet leaves. This is going to be fun. Okay, so
Sorry.
you're all right, don't worry. Get some of your floral tape.
Oh, bless. Why don't you dust your other 2 leaves then?
They're wet.
Oh, yeah. Good, yeah,
Just made them.
Yeah.
Okay, so floral tape. Make sure, as you can see, with these, I've extended the wires. Just going to put that to one side because that's for the smaller one. Okay, get your
Linda Miles does hers in a box, yeah. So if you got yourself a cake box, do it in there, that's ideal.
get this then with some pliers and bend the flower forward, because if you know, sunflowers grow like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so bend it forwards. Oops, sorry, Simon, there you go. Turn it that way so you can see. So you bend it that way with your pliers. The job I always find the most difficult to do is to start this stuff off.
Yeah.
Oops. Bearing in mind now, folks, that a lot of this is
You
wet.
need to get under the camera.
Oops, sorry. Bearing in mind a lot of this is
Hey.
wet.
Fine.
I must admit, I found this a bit tricky.
It is tricky
Yeah.
because you've got the leaves and your calyx. You need to miss everything. Start it off. I do it long like this.
Now this tape, you do need to stretch it.
Stretch it,
because it's
yeah.
ruffled, and then but you do need to stretch it and pull because when that releases the glue,
Glue.
that's on the tape.
Yeah. Okay, so you've got the large leaf and the medium leaf. Okay, put the medium leaf so it's level with the back of the flower. Now, because I've already taped these leaves, they won't move around as much. And that's one thing you need to do, is just catch it on the calyx. Okay, and it's snapped because I'm pulling it that tight. Okay, like that. Excuse my way of doing it, but you can see, if we just show you on the overhead there, you see what we're forming there, look. Okay, and then, bearing in mind these are wet, so you need like 17 hands now. Put these to the side, a bit further down. Go around one at a time, just to secure it with your floral tape.
Elaine says she sprayed hers outside, and she is going to post her pictures tomorrow.
I look forward to seeing them. You'll send them me anyway, I no doubt, because you've got me on Facebook now, haven't you?
Yeah.
Okay. Just make sure you pull this tight enough to secure it, and then, as you can see, you need to go down, all the way down, all of your wires.
Margaret Goodall says if you start the tape further down, then slide it up.
It
the
won't
flower.
slide
No, 'cause
when
it's
you've
sticky.
already pre-taped your
Yeah.
leaves. That's the problem.
Yeah.
And Nicholas always advises you to
Pre-tape.
pre-tape your leaves to stop them sliding as you're going around doing this.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do know that, but unfortunately it doesn't work when you've pre-taped them. And
Yeah.
of course I've done my leaves on 24 gauge wires, and then I have taped an 18 gauge wire to it to make it longer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So who's enjoyed this live tonight, ladies? Hope you've enjoyed it. Lee's worked really very hard. And I appreciate you all coming and joining us and watching us tonight. Don't forget, if you are shopping, pop along to the Facebook Live wish list. Everything is in there with what Lee is using this evening. If you want to have a sneaky peek of what I'm using tomorrow, everything I'm using is in there. I'm going to be using the mini Nifty nozzles, the Russian piping tips. You know, when I sell you a product, I show you and show you and show you. And so far I've done 3 Facebook Lives on the mini Nifty nozzles. My 4th one tomorrow with ideas of what to do with them. We have gone teacup and saucer a bit crazy. So I'm going to phone B&M head office tomorrow, see if we can get through, see if they've got any more somewhere, see if they can ship them over to Sugar and Crumbs or get them into their stores anyhow if they've got any. But if not, we do have an alternative one, a small one. If I can get Nigel to maybe bring it round, would be helpful.
The small
So
box.
there is a small cup and saucer in B&M bargains. I think, what was that? Was it £2.50?
I think it says £5 on it, but
I
it's
think I think it's a
cheaper
£5 on it, but I think it's £2.50. So you know, we can do a small one in there. I'm not going to do a small one in there, but
Just put that
there we
in.
go. Well, we'll get it out and show you.
Okay, folks. So that is the sunflower with the leaves.
Lee, that's beautiful. I have to say that's beautiful. Far better than mine.
It is.
Just.
Just.
What do you mean it is? You meant to be saying.
I meant to
actually,
say
Carroll.
it isn't better than yours. It's just
You
as
meant to
good.
say, Carroll, you did a very good
Don't
go
put
for your
yourself
first
down,
one.
Carroll.
No.
I know.
Carol, you did a fantastic job
Hey, kept you entertained.
of winging it. Yeah, 3 times I've watched it. Okay, so
So
that's
Georgie-
your large one. These are for Karen Naylor,
Yeah.
apparently.
So Georgina Quinn Addison says, love sunflowers, so pretty, and want to make them now, and she's going to look on the shop to add to her trolley. Thank you, Georgina. Lynn Wardwell says, loved your demo tonight, Lee. Thank you. Julie Cliff says she loves it. Helen Miles, thank you, Lee. Carol, Simon, Nigel. Another fantastic night. Teresa Power, brilliant live. The flowers look stunning. Thank you all for everything you do to help and teach us. Lisa Booth, loved watching Lee's live. I've missed a couple lately and really missed them. But you can catch up on any of Lee's live. Go over to YouTube, okay, and put in Sugar and Crumbs with Nifty Nozzles. And if you go into it, you can see the videos and playlists. Go to the playlist and look for Lee's playlist. The girls are catching up with everything. There's a playlist for Karen, there's a playlist for me, whipping it up, and the other tutors. The girls are working backwards, i.e. the latest ones are being done first and they're carrying on working through them. So you'll get to see Lee's other lives and you can watch them as many times as you want. We would really appreciate if you subscribe to our YouTube channel. It really helps us if you are a follower of us on YouTube. We don't get paid any money, a couple of pennies if we're very lucky, but it's nice to see that there's followers out there. And that would be great if you supported Sugar and Crumbs by following us on YouTube. But Lee, I am just going to tell you what everybody else is telling you. They are stunning.
Good, I'm glad you like it, folks.
Yeah.
That's 2 full large ones and a small one, and of course we've got another full one and another small one just drying there to
Listen, it's
finish off.
brilliant, looks so real, absolutely, well done, your best ever.
Yeah, I thought the peonies last week were nice. I thought you were taking these down there.
I am, but I was leaving them here so you could show them again now
Oh, yeah.
when they dry, because Karen said, should we take them down? I said, no, he's in next week. So when Lee was in last time, he did the peonies. Do you remember he had to leave them upside down because they were wet? Well, we planted them. We've now put them in the polystyrene, but aren't they stunning now? Look, and especially with us now sitting them in there, they've slightly opened a little bit.
Yeah,
as well,
yeah,
they
they
look
do,
fantastic.
yeah.
So if you want to watch Lee's last live, you can watch the peonies, which are fantastic. Lindsay Pearson, how big is the small cup and saucer? Do you want to get it out, Lee? Never mind the freaking cups and saucers, you lot.
This is my live, not Carol's. These are matte finish, by the way, these ones.
Yeah, so they've got plenty of those in Home Bargain. So if you didn't manage to get the big one, get these. You'll get 6 cupcakes on those. Yeah, 5 or 6 cupcakes on those. You can get that one out, are you? I'll get mine out, so mine's open.
I won't get the saucer, I'll just get the
Yeah.
cup. You see the difference? You need
Yeah.
a big cup of tea for this,
So
folks.
I'm doing that tomorrow. Now, I did say get some Oasis, but I fitted in today an 8-inch round cake dummy, 4-inch deep, and then I'm going to use some sugar paste to dough on it tomorrow. But watch me, 8 o'clock live tomorrow, I'll be doing that. But let's get back to Lee's live, because this is his live tonight. Lee's going to be at home watching tomorrow.
I am going to have a go. As I've said to you in the past, everybody, I'm dyslexic and I struggle to read books and follow books and things. So watching somebody do something, I learn quite fast doing that. Yeah. And I'm going to watch Carroll to do a buttercream Nifty nozzles. I bought the Nifty nozzles and I bought 17,000 of these cups.
Don't say that, I've got a lot of room in here.
And I'm going to have a go when I've seen what she's done. I may have to watch the video 2 or 3 times to learn it, but I'm going to have a go at doing them. And when I've had a go, I'll show you. Yeah. Carol's got me booked in now to do the demonstration day on the 11th of September. And we're going to be doing forget-me-nots and cherry blossoms that day.
Yeah, that's at the next one. Is that what we're doing?
That's the next one, and that's at the demonstration day. But Carol is also videoing. You're putting them live on.
Yes.
Yeah, she's doing them live on Facebook, so you will get to see them. And we did talk about doing classes. Now, obviously, as you can see, with doing these roses, flowers, or anything like this, there's a lot of drying to do, a lot of things like that. So we need to obviously get that done in advance. So we've had a chat about what we're going to do in the way of showing the classes. It might be over 2 days, maybe 3 days. Carol's going to work out a price for it and everything. But we want to know from you. Contact Carol on the email.
I think I'll do a poll, actually, a little poll for it.
Yeah, we need to know what we want, what people want me to do. Bearing in mind we're using the Flower Pro range, so think about what flowers there are on there. There are quite a lot. So think of what you want us to show you.
What I was thinking was, you've asked for classes for Lee, but what I was thinking was he's booked in to do a live per flower mould. So that's going to keep him busy. So what Lee thought of was maybe doing a hoop with flowers on. And I thought maybe you like that. Maybe we'll do something like the wedding foliage one. Or we could do a winter one, you know, so like you've got the hoop and you could make the flowers for the class. So let me know if you're interested in that type of thing, because that's something we could do. Or we could do a floral display, but it will have to be done in parts. So what we'll have to do is set the class up, and we'll have to do the class in parts, maybe over a few weeks, where we do one week, one another week, and one another week, and then you keep the class forever for yourself. So poppies, we're doing poppies in November, actually.
No, we're doing October.
Is it?
Yeah, we're doing the month before.
Poppies, I'll tell you, let me give you Lee's list of what he's doing now. Do you know what you're doing on the demo day, Lee?
I'm doing forget-me-nots and cherry blossoms on the demo.
Is that what you're doing on the demo day? That would be lovely, won't it?
Yeah.
And then in October, Lee is booked in for, hang on a second. So he's booked in for the 11th of October. He's doing poppies on the 11th of October. And then on the
December one, we're doing poinsettias, aren't we?
Yeah. Let me just hold on a moment.
6th, I think, or something like that, Carol.
Just let me find the November one here. 1 second. Monday.
I can't help because I haven't brought my phone.
No, he's got his phone. Right, I can't see what date he's doing in November on my phone. But in December, on the 6th of December, we're doing the poinsettias. He is booked in for November, but I'll have to put that list up anyhow.
I think we did talk about doing foliage.
I think that's what we're
ferns and things like that. Because there is a mould that does a lot of ferns. And you can get confused with the fern mould and the backing fern mould, because there's 2 different ones, which Carol did mention when she was showing everybody last time with all the stuff. So I think that's what I'm more or less certain it was ferns and stuff like that. We said a bit of foliage because of people knowing how to do them.
Yeah.
So
that's where we are then, isn't it?
forget-me-nots and cherry blossoms poinsettias in December, and I think it's foliage in November. And then obviously what people decide they want us to do for the classes.
Yep, I'll put a little thing together for you. So, like I say, anything you want from Flower Pro, go and have a look at the Facebook Live wish list tonight for Lee. I've started putting my wish list together for tomorrow. Don't forget the sale ends. Grab what you can in the sale. Winners of the competition, email info.sugarandcrumbs@icloud.com. Are you ready with the pink go, Simon?
Will be.
Will be.
What, at the end of the show, you mean?
No,
Or
no.
right now?
Yeah, so they can see. And he's called Crumboo.
Crumboo.
Terry is working on that video at the moment. I've already seen it already so far. It's not finished and it looks fantastic. And that will be launched on Monday with Crumboo, our ghost. Don't forget, we are going to start working on what's it called? Christmas cakes. And the small tins are in. You've been after these for ages. Now, Claire Corbett is in on Wednesday night. She's going to be using the Bridget's Cake Room ganaching kit. I'm going to get Karen to bake and use these as her tins because she's going to use the smallest ganaching kit, the number 5. So I'll get Karen to bake and use these for the sponge for Wednesday night. And then on Thursday night, I'm going to use Nifty nozzles again, but I'm actually going to ganache a larger one. Now, I did say I'd do a 12-inch, but I put the 12-inch pans in for sale that I own at the demonstration day because I said to Karen, we're never going to make a big cake, Karen, let's get rid of them tins. So I got rid of them. So I've had to borrow Karen's 10-inch tin because I only kept the 8-inch ones. So I'll be using Bridget's Cake Room on Thursday night just to show you how to use the bigger ones of those, and we'll be putting Nifty nozzles on that big cake as well. So I am going mini Nifty nozzles crazy. I'm making sure that you girls have got the nozzles, and not only have you got them, all the different pretty things. I can't throw any more pretty ideas at you than what I've done in the last few weeks. And then we're back next week, September, and we'll be on to classes. And the very first class is Tuesday because there's no live on Monday the 31st. It's a bank holiday. But then we're coming in on the no live on the Monday. We've got a live on the Tuesday with myself, and then on the Wednesday you've got me with a class Wednesday night cupcake bouquet, and then on the Thursday Laura is back in the kitchen and she's going to sort out and tell you about why there's 2 different recipes for the meringue kisses with the water. I can tell you anyhow. So when you're making meringue kisses you use 100 mils, but when you're doing the flowers you have to firm up the meringue, so we use less water, and that's why it is. I need to make that a bit more clearer in the recipes. And Lee, I want to say a big thank you. As usual, you've been a star. They love watching you. Good. Nigel, thank you for driving Lee up. And Simon, as per usual, great with your 2 fingers on camera tonight. Oh, he's used his thumb as well.
Just, one thing I forgot to say, folks. When you're finished with your dusting, do steam them, but be very careful that you don't get the centre where you put the coffee, because obviously liquid and coffee make espresso, and you don't want that.
No.
So just be very careful. Just whiz it round as quickly as possible and then let it go.
Do you want to show them quickly how to steam one? You knew I
see.
was going to ask them that, didn't you?
You weren't expecting that, were you?
No.
I think they like the idea of the hoop class.
Yeah. Just all that, Carol. Okay, so balance it up. So remember your centre, you put coffee in. So you need to just be really quick around that to do the steaming. Just waiting for this to steam up. Carol sells these as well, folks, the PME steamers, and she does another one.
I do the PME steamers, but they've none in stock at the moment. And the cake lace ones that I've ordered, and they're arriving tomorrow, so I can update the stock tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay. There. So the steam's just coming out now. Quickly round, quickly round. That's it.
There you go. That's quick, wasn't it?
Yeah. Don't get it too damp because obviously you'll end up
Gonna
with
run off.
coffee running all the way down the front of your sunflower, and you don't want that. He's putting these in here. These are all going down to the warehouse.
So you can see him on the
So
demo
you can
day.
see them on the demonstration days. Carol's going to try and find something she can put them all into. Let's keep bringing these little vases from home.
Yeah, no, and I'm feared to death they're all going to fall over and break. Yeah. Right, so thank you everyone for joining us. We've gone well over time. And I look forward to seeing you in the kitchen tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Tracy Mann is not here. She is poorly. I did put a post up. So I will be here at 8 o'clock. All right then. We'll see you then. Thanks, Simon. Thanks,
Bye.
Thanks, Nigel.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.